Hello everybody, this is Nick, Top Automotive. We got a 2006 DB9. Want to talk a little bit about common problems. This one's having an issue with the misfires. So what's happening is when the engine's running at load, you can feel a miss. There's also a little rattling sound. It's pretty common to have this problem with, especially the DB9s. Other cars as well, DBSs, Vantage, they could all have similar symptoms. The problem with this car is it had excessive vacuum leaks. That was one of the issues. There was actually a boot that was leaking, and then they had a problem with another section of the intake that's leaking as well, so that has to be removed, and vacuum leaks have to be isolated. So if we walk over to the engine, vacuum leaks happen on the intakes. And what's happening is, in order for you to take them apart, they have to be completely disassembled. The biggest issue with vacuum is that's not the main problem with these cars. The biggest issue is once they get old and they start to age, the coils will start to actually give out. They start to not provide as much arc as needed for the car to run smooth. So when that happens, the car will feel like there's going to be like a skip in the engine. It's going to feel like it's running smoothly, and it's just going to whoop. It's going to have that weird. You'll feel it in your seat. You'll feel it in the car. And when you go in the back, I'm going to actually run it and show you. When you go in the back and you listen to the exhaust, it's like a dead giveaway. Of course, we use a computer to check what the misfires are and where they're at. But the rule is, with that many miles on the car, it doesn't have a whole lot of miles, but the time, the coils need to be replaced. I mean, you should service your coils every 5-6 years anyways. And especially the V12 cars, you know, people are going to run these cars hard. They don't buy them just to look at them. Maybe some do, but at the same time, they still will deteriorate. So the best thing to do is when everything's removed, because the coils are under these caps right here. You come close here, I'll show you. We got the coil caps that are going to be under here. They're a pain to get to, so all this junk has to come off pretty much. This cover, the sway bar, stabilizer bar, all this has to be removed properly. You know, there's a lot of work involved to get to the coils. At the same time, spark plugs would be a great idea. Typically, whatever comes first, miles or time, it's about every 3 years you want to do spark plugs in these. Once that's all completed and all done, you know, these cars should run fairly smooth, but if you allow your car to run with misfires, you're going to eventually damage something. Because what's going to happen is when they run lean, they're going to try to enrich the system. The oxygen sensor will pick up that there's way too much air, and it's going to start guessing and throwing in fuel. That will eventually damage your catalytic converters. You'll have bad poor gas mileage. You'll have cylinder washdown, and eventually the engine will slowly deteriorate. So now I'm going to crank it up and demonstrate kind of the misfire. Hopefully you can see it on camera. Okay, so I'm going to start this car right now. Sure, of course, it's in park. Emergency brake engaged just in case. We're going to walk to the back right now. Okay, so if we listen here with a trained ear, even without a trained ear, you should hear a skip in it. There it is right now, just skipped the beat. We can walk over to the other bank. We can listen. When you hear that, like it's interrupting in the exhaust flow, like boom, that's a miss. That's exactly what that is. That's how you determine. It's a simple determination. Then you take it to the dealer. I recommend taking it to an independent shop and having it fixed. They're going to do just as good of a job if they specialize in Maserati as the dealer. If you prefer to take it to the dealer, then take it to the dealer. So that's pretty much it. Of course, you need to make sure your air filters are clean. Everything as far as maintenance is always done. And it's a pretty good car. I mean, it's not a bad car. Of course, you can't compare it to a 911. That's going to be your best car. But no, they are the best. But the Aston Martins are good cars. So the problem is people neglect to take care of them because it's a V12. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of components that have to be removed. And they just tend not to want to do it. So they drive these cars until they break. But if you maintain them, they're actually pretty reliable cars. I like them. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you have questions, comment below. Please subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.